everyone, this is Ava Kuehl from Epaulet, and it is January 2022, and we just received a huge box of gorgeous custom shirts from our partners over at Individualized Shirts in New Jersey. Each one of these pieces was designed and made expressly for one of our customers, and yeah, they all have a really distinctive business casual vibe, and I thought this would be a great opportunity to show off some of our best-selling and most versatile fabrics. And as always, if you're watching this video and you're interested in commissioning a custom shirt of your own, you can drop an email to custom@epauletbrand.com or communicate with us through any of our social media channels, and we will be happy to guide you into the perfect fit. So let's start off with one of my favorites. This is a fabric that has been in our line for well over 10 years. This is just called Red and Black Tattersall. As you can see, it's a really handsome classic patterns with intersecting scarlet and onyx check lines running through it. The weight on this is on par with a typical dress shirt. It's maybe a touch heavier, but definitely wearable, 4 seasons. It's very comfortable. The customer here chose a British spread collar, which is a really cool and rakish option. This is one of my favorite collars and something we sell a lot. It sits open really nice, and also it's wide enough that these points tend to stay underneath your jacket lapels if you're wearing it without a tie. And this customer also opted for the genuine mother of pearl buttons, which you're going to see a lot of them on this video. They are a $25 upgrade, and they're really worth every cent. I think for a custom shirt, they really they take your shirt to the next level. Beautiful. Next up, the British Oxford cloths, which we carry in a bunch of colors, are kind of the perennial bread and butter of our collection. They're the opening price point and some of the most popular fabrics that we offer, especially if you're looking for something which you can really wear a ton, which is going to age nicely, be comfortable, and work effortlessly either dressed up or down. This is an awesome color. This is the pink British Oxford, which is a really perfect pastel kind of throwback Brooks Brothers pink, and this is done with their button-down collar, which you're going to see a lot of. The individualized button-down collar has a really generous roll, which is this elegant shape to it. Sits high up on the neck, gives you kind of like a 1960s JFK vibe, and I really say it's one of the best button-down collars in the business. It's something that really sets them apart from the competition. Next up, I've got a few pinpoint Oxfords. So here, let me actually take out this pink one again. So the British Oxford, in case you're not familiar, Oxford is a plain weave. So when you get closer, you can see it has little dots versus like a twill, like denim, which will move in a diagonal direction. This plain weave tends to make the fabric breathe better. It's a little similar to how hopsack or fresco works. Which is why you can wear even a relatively thick and heavy Oxford shirt in the summertime and still be comfortable, because you have a lot of airflow, because these little plain weave dots are fairly large and emit a lot of air through them. So that's a basic Oxford. Pinpoint Oxford, as the name would kind of suggest, is also a plain weave, but it is a smaller scale plain weave. So it's smoother, it has a little bit of sheen to it, generally gives off a dressier vibe, but still kind of maintains a lot of that strength and comfort of an Oxford. So if you're comparing the two Oxfords and looking at the colors, just know that the Pinpoint Oxford is going to deliver a bit more of a dressier finish. It is going to be a little bit lighter weight too. So this is the blue Pinpoint Oxford. This guy is done with the button-down collar that we saw before. This customer liked the blue Pinpoint Oxford so much, they actually got 2 of them. So here is the blue Pinpoint also done in the British spread collar, just like the first shirt that we showed. And there is also a really gorgeous lavender Pinpoint Oxford, or I think we actually call this color grape, but a super pale purple. You can see how nicely these colors really jive together when you see all 3. And if you're thinking about kind of like a, the typical suiting collection of navy suits, gray suits, these are 3 colors which will work effortlessly with all the kind of colors which are already going to be in the wardrobe. But the jazzier colors here, like grape and pink, can give you give some extra color to your fits. Okay, one more Oxford. Something that was a huge seller for us this year, and we're hoping to bring back next year, is called the Rhino Oxford. So this is the thickest Oxford that they make over at Individualized. It's a 3-ply Oxford, which is exclusive to them. And you can see this plain weave is really thick and really distinct. Technically a 4-season shirt, but given its thickness, this is something which is going to be more comfortable in the colder months of the year. Got 2 examples of the Rhino Oxford here. This first one is done with a contrasting white collar, and this white collar is done in the artisan collar shape, which I'm a huge fan of. It's something that we introduced about 6 years ago at this point. And for kind of a spread collar like this has the widest points out of anything that we offer. 2 important things about this. Number one, it's got a really cool, very elegant, very Neapolitan look to it, which is really flattering for a lot of guys, kind of regardless of the shape of your face. It just works really well. And then from a more practical standpoint, the points here are so long that if you wear it under a sport coat, this collar is not going to pop up over the lapels. They're long enough to just kind of stay pinned under there indefinitely. So the artisan is always one of our most popular collar shapes. In terms of this white contrast, this is available. I didn't build it into the online system just because we try to like streamline the amount of options that we have to make it easy to order. But if you're ever interested in a white collar or white cuffs or both, we can absolutely do that. Just send us a message. It is a pretty modest upcharge, but we're always happy to set that up if you dig this design. Speaking of something special to set up, here is the Rhino Oxford done in a popover shape. And I don't want to unfold this shirt completely, but when we say a popover, it means that the placket, which is kind of going to be on the front of the shirt, the placket does not fully button. So as the name implies, you have to pop it on over your head. This is something which we can also do for any of our shirts, for any of our fabrics. At an upcharge, but it is a really cool kind of throwback, also 1960s Ivy League detail, something you don't regularly see in a lot of off-the-rack shirts, and it's kind of special. Next up, Cash Morello. This was officially our best-selling shirt of 2021. Also one of the more expensive fabrics that we offered, but Individualized ended up marking it down. So we do have it available at a really good price for this quality of cloth. The fabric comes from a mill called Alumo in Switzerland. It's a blend of cotton and cashmere, and it is absolutely radiant. The colors here are an ivory base with a bit of a smoky blue window pane accent, and it is impossibly comfortable. It's technically a flanella, so it's not as thick as, you know, kind of the typical flannel shirt, but it is brushed, it is warm, and it's something which could be worn casually or could easily be worn with a tie under a jacket. This guy is made with the fashion spread collar, which is going to come up with all the rest of the shirts in this video. I know we have a dizzying array of collars, but if you're ever looking for just a simple collar, something that can be worn open or be worn with a tie, the fashion spread is far and away the most popular of all the options. Has a great shape, has a really nice point width, you know, it doesn't look too small, and it's really flattering regardless of the shape of your jawline or anything like that. Okay, and then speaking of the fashion spread, I've got 3 other shirts to show, and these are our 3 best-selling shirts in the entire collection. They are the British Oxford in a couple different colors. So number 1, British Oxford in blue, and I gotta say, we don't sell enough of these with the fashion spread collar. Obviously, the idea of a Oxford cloth button down is the typical collar for a shirt like this, but I tell you, using the fashion spread collar is a really, really nice detail. Sets it apart from the typical Oxford shirt that you see, but still gives you the best-selling and officially most versatile fabric in the entire collection. So we've got this configuration in blue, we've got it in white, and this is a true optic white, and we've got it in university stripe. I love the university stripe. Every time we sell one of these, I'm really grateful to see it come through. It's a great fabric, really, really easy way to incorporate a stripe or a pattern into your wardrobe, even if you don't typically wear that kind of stuff. And the other thing that this customer chose was a palazzi cuff, which just means you have the small mitered edge rather than the rounded plain cuff. Cool detail, you know, something that you wouldn't see on an off-the-rack shirt or you don't often see. And I love the Palazzi cuff. I would encourage anybody really ordering any of the shirts, unless you want a French cuff. I think the Palazzi goes good on nearly any fabric. It just gives it a little bit of an attitude. So that's it for this delivery. As I said, if you're interested in one of these shirts for yourself, or you want any help trying to find the perfect shirt, drop us an email to custom@epaulettebrand.com. We are able to fit you remotely. We're really experienced with that. We do have a showroom in Los Angeles, but I'd say about 95% of the shirts that we sell are done entirely remotely to people we don't size in person. But we've got really good techniques. We can use a shirt that you own already, which you can measure. You can send us a video, you can send us photos. We got a lot of ways to find the perfect fit, and we're really good at it. So when you're ready, drop us a line and let's make you the best custom shirt that you have ever worn. Thank you for watching.